Hi all, welcome back to the channel, and today it's an A2 video. I'm going to try and right the wrongs of the last A2 video and get this thing able to move again. I guess the mission is, you know, to try and hunt and find third gear again. So, got loads of parts here. I haven't even opened this one yet. I don't have a knife. What's that? Flat-end screwdriver, multi-tool, that's what it is. Right, so first order of business, I've obviously got a new end of the Bowden cable, because, or Bowden cable, whatever you want to call it, because that one's seized. Anyway, the other one's fine, so I'm not going to bother replacing that, but if I ever have to, they're quite cheap. These weren't cheap. Genuine parts from VW. Two bits in here. First off, the shifter tower, and second off, little plug that goes in the bottom. It's got a bearing in, so basically you imagine you've got the gearbox sort of here, that goes in the top, that sits in the bottom, and this does its twerking to sort of change gears. Now this is a newer part number, it supersedes the old one. It's even got a little sensor in there and everything, which is quite good. But this and that were about 230 quid, and then I probably paid another tenner for the Bowden cable, and I've paid a lot of money for some grease and stuff, so I'm probably over 250 odd quid into this. Yeah, probably not the best buy, but hey, we live and we learn, don't we? And I don't mind fixing this thing because I quite like it. So yeah, I've got to drain the gearbox oil, so no doubt that'll be on my driveway in a minute. It's not even that windy at the moment, but I'm sure a free gust of wind will take it. I've actually got some genuine oil in the back. That was like 20 quid as well, so god, yeah, probably nearer 300 to be honest, but hey ho. This one actually locks, which I like. It's a good start, I think. Whereas that one didn't really want to lock either, and the bearing's shot. I think it's that bearing there, you can just see. But this is slightly different arrangement. Apparently the internals are a bit better. Apparently this is all different. I'll see when I get that out. So you can see a little gate in there. It does look nicer than what I've seen of pictures of my one online. Yeah, so that's it, changing gear. It's very tight, I have to say. Tighter than a Badger's Nadger. And I got some silicone sealant as well, because that's what you need for that. And probably, yeah, I'm going to put some on this anyway. Apparently you shouldn't use too much though. My mechanic's telling me. I'm going to go too mad on it. So yeah, I'm going to jack the car up, get some axle stands under it, take the bonnet off, all that stuff, and you'll join me in a minute. That's what I'm going to do. I think this one comes all the way out. And that one, and then that should just swing round. Fucking, it is the gearbox mount though, which I don't like moving, but VW say so. There was also half of a bird's nest or something in there, so this has been doing some serious off-road. It has got a couple of other engine mounts, so I shouldn't have the engine fall on my head. Shouldn't. What did I do before this? Right. Oh, yeah, that's not good, is it? That's shagged. Oh my god, what a mess. What a mess. Big guns now. Big guns. Here we go. Oh, that's cracked, but it's still tight as fuck. You shouldn't need this amount of leverage. But then again, I imagine this has never been undone. This car's from 2002. So what was that? 20 odd years. Yeah, 20 years. 20 years. Right. Water or oil? Place your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets now. That is a lot of water. Oh. And there you go. That's what I said before. What happens is water gets in the gearbox when that bearing goes on top. And that's what's happened to mine. Not the end of the world, but it certainly qualifies as suboptimal. At all. That's got to come off. This has got to come off. That's got to come off. Things have to come off in summary. Sit rep. That is still seized on. You can see where I've been cutting the spring and trying to pull it off. So yeah, it's difficult to film and do this, but bear with me. I'm doing my best to get this bloody thing off. Absolute killer. This absolute killer. Right, so that one gets to stay on. Gets a stay of execution. This can come off now. I haven't damaged the cable and it looks alright. I'm going to remove all the switches. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Need to save this now if I can. I've managed to get that off, which is a good start. That's still on there. I'm going to unplug the wire, and apparently you need to give it a few friendly taps to give it a little bit of a get it out. But let's get in here, shall we? Can you see the gap? That is why water was getting in the gearbox, because that bearing is not round anymore. Yeah, I'm going to unplug that, give this a whack, see what I can do. Maybe I can get it out, who knows. Right, this is not coming off at all. I have a plan though. I'm going to undo the bottom bit and try and tap from underneath. It's in neutral, so I'm hoping I don't just absolutely annihilate it, but I'm replacing it all anyway, so wish me luck. I'm going to do this up so I have a bit more purchase to hammer things, because at the moment I'm just putting a lot of force into fiddling with the engine, aren't I? So, yeah. Look at the state of that. So that's the new one, obviously. The old one is in bits. If you look in there, it's just bearings that have just completely gone. I mean, I've seen some pictures of people taking these out online. I don't think I've seen one this bad before. Yeah, I need to look at the splines on there and just clean that up, and hopefully it will match. But yeah, I'm chuffed with that. Oh, I've got to use that cap as well, which doesn't appear to be doing much anyway. But yeah, I'm chuffed I got this out in the end. It was a bit of a pig, and I hope I can get this back in. But you can see some of the differences, like here, that's just a smooth thing. Here, they've got like teeth, almost like a H-gate in it. Yeah, That's proper mullet, isn't it? This is a much better design. Cool. Stop dripping oil. That is a good splooge. Right, next step, I'm going to fill it from here because it's way easier, and what I'm going to do is crack the fill plug off and then just let it overrun when it's full, obviously. Just if I go under here. That's the fill plug. So filling that's a pain in the arse, so I'm just going to crack it off so I know when it's full and then fill it from the top, which makes more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, yes Jason, it does. Thank you. Right, the rig is ready to go. I'm going to pour this bad boy in there, hope for the best. Oh, that's not good, is it? Yeah, still got some old... That's from my Volvo, I think, that transmission fluid. Lol. Sure, it'll be fine. Right, that's the tower in. I can start cleaning the other bit that sits on top. I can clean the other bit that sits on top and then plug some stuff in, get the cables on, put the new Bowden end piece on, and then I guess we just find out what the hell it's going to be like. I need to adjust it as well, make sure it's okay. The thing that got me in this mess in the first place. But yeah, I'm very glad I've done this. Nearly there now. Got this thing on. Look at the slop in it. Oh god. There is a. Oh god, how you do it? See the slop in that little. There's actually a company that do a better version, so I'll probably end up getting that. But this feels so much smoother going up. Look at the spring. Look. Oh, it works. It works. Oh god, I hope this does. So one issue I seem to have is. There's your locking pin that goes through there. It seems to want to lock slightly off centre. I don't know if that's right or not, but we'll soon see. This is the first dry one. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Oh, that feels so much better. It's like, even come back from reverse, it springs back. Right, I'm gonna put everything back together and I'm gonna test drive because that feels fucking amazing. I'm so soaked. I'm so soaked. Right, I'm using GoPro audio here, sorry, but too excited to take it out. Bonnet's on, things are tight. Let's see. That was reverse. We're pulling away in reverse. Oh, that's first. Second. Yep, we're off to a good start. We're off to a good start. I've got other windows down because it's bloody boiling today. It still crunches when it's cold, which says to me we haven't solved the issue entirely. Yeah, third's on the way out, isn't it? But I can get all the gears way better than I ever could, even when it was working. Yeah, I think the synchro on third has obviously been heavily worn by many ham-fisted hands. Yeah, it's a shame, but I'm not too bothered really. Something I could look into in the future maybe. You gotta think that gearbox had nothing but water in it for quite a long time. Who knows how long. Certainly hadn't been touched since oh. Yeah, it's still, third is still a bit of a naughty boy. We know now it's not the gear shift adjuster, it's the gearbox. That's a shame, that's a shame. But yeah, like I say, car's still going to do what it needs to do for me. Right, I think that's a good place to stop today. I've got a lot of tidying up to do, so yeah, back on with that. So to summarise, the problem I had was, well, I couldn't actually select third at all, but the whole gear linkage was quite bad when I bought the car. Tried to adjust it, it sort of just became pieces. Put the new one on, first time I adjust it and the thing's changing like a car should. The only crunch being into third, which it sort of did cold anyway when the shifter was working. If you weren't careful into third before, it would grind, but if you knew the trick, it wouldn't, unless it was cold. So yeah, I think when it's cold, it's just a recurring problem. I am tempted to change the gearbox oil again. Well, I really want to, but I think I might get some better results if I do. So yeah, maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I'll just leave it, to be honest, because it's an old car, it was cheap. I don't really want to keep spending money on gearbox oil when it's not going to make a difference. One thing I do want to do today is go to a scrapyard, not just to drop off all the mountains of car parts that have built up over the years. I might take you with me for that journey. Haven't decided yet, but yeah, I'm pretty happy actually, considering my gearbox is definitely goosed. I just can't believe how much more positive that shift is. It's just insane. It's like a new gearbox. Definitely isn't though. Cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go get cleaned up and stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I am now begging you. It'd be nice if you could. I sort of really stalled on the old subscriptions for a while, so yeah, subscribe. Go on, do it. I dare you. Right, ciao folks. Have a good one.